Today on Vox, we'll have information on the COVID vaccine and more. Ben Dudash will have your local weather, and Jay Standards will have your sports.
It's Thursday, September 17th, 2020, and Jace's birthday. You're watching Vox News Today.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Kendra Taylor.
And I'm Gunnar Taylor.
The director of the Centers for Told Lawmakers on Wednesday said that he doesn't expect a potential COVID-19 vaccine to be available for most Americans until the middle of next year, even as the government unveiled plans to begin distributing a vaccine as soon as possible. At a hearing before a Senate subcommittee on Capitol Hill, CDC Director Robert Redfield said that any vaccine is unlikely to be widely available to most Americans before the summer or early fall of 2021, given initial restrictions on supplies if and when a vaccine wins approval from the Drug and Food Administration. Quote, I think there will be a vaccine that will initially be available sometime between November and December, but very limited supply, and it will have to be prioritized, end quote. Redfield told lawmakers, quote, if you're asking me when it's going to be generally available to the public so we can begin to take advantage of the vaccines to get back to our regular life, I think we're probably looking at late second quarter, third quarter 2021, end quote.
Joe Biden, a Democratic presidential nominee, called for gun control Sunday, less than 24 hours after Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies who had life-threatening wounds after a gunman openly fired on their squad car in what happens to be an apparent ambush. Quote, weapons of war have no place in our communities, end quote. The former vice president tweeted, quote, we need to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, end quote. Biden's statement on the matter is variation to President Donald Trump's, who calls for a, quote, fast trial, end quote, with the possibility of a death penalty.
Eileen Stevens is in the process of recovery at a Chattanooga hospital after her encounter with a carjacking suspect who shot and killed her husband. Eileen Stevens' family said that her and her unborn child are in stable condition and resting the day after her and her husband Jordan were taken hostage by Dangelo Dorsey. They were on their way to church in Murfreesboro on Sunday morning. Quote, she didn't know up to church. She knew something was wrong at the moment, end quote, said Eliza Rostran, Eileen Stevens' brother. Rostran said their family learned Eileen and Jordan were taken by the suspect when they didn't arrive for church on Sunday.
A Western Illinois University student suspected of shooting and injuring his roommate in their dorm. He turned himself into the police on Wednesday afternoon. School officials said the shooting occurred in the Thompson Hall on Macomb campus around 10:30 p.m. on Tuesday, stemming from what officials said was a dispute between two roommates. In a news release, the university said the 18-year-old Kayvon Hopeless turned himself in at Chicago Police Department station and was taken into custody by the FBI hours earlier. The school announced that the arrest warrant has been issued for Hopeless on charges of first-degree attempted murder, aggravated battery, and aggravated discharge of a firearm.
Hurricane Sally has now knocked out power to over 540,000 electric customers. The power outages have been reported in Florida, Alabama, and Georgia. Sally is expected to cause several $1 billion in damage as it slowly moves across the Gulf Coast. Here's Ben Dudash with your weather.
I'll have your weather and more right after this break.
In 1933, Ray Jackson founded Jackson Furniture in the midst of the Great Depression. We opened our doors the day the banks closed theirs. Since then, we have continued to create furniture right here in the USA. We have seen decades of American prosperity, challenge, war, and mind-blowing advancements in science and technology. We have never forgotten the way our company and country began, with perseverance, hope, and hard work. Throughout all of those decades of change, one thing remains consistent. Families love to relax together in a room filled with comfortable furniture. That is where we have been and will always be. From being huddled around a radio to being kicked back in front of a giant flat screen.
Do you need credit up to $4,000? With a check and the cash flex loan secured by your car title, that's exactly what you could get. Apply for the cash you need today and keep your car. At Check into Cash, a flex loan offers you the funds you need to handle some of life's bigger emergencies. Get started on your flex loan by visiting checkinthecash.com/TN. Apply in-store with your car title, receive quick approval, and borrow the funds you need.
Your one-stop money shop. Check into cash.
Welcome back, Brother Central. I'm Ben Dudash, so let's take a look at your weather at glance. Today's high is going to be 78 with the low of 64, and it's going to be some scattered showers with gusts reaching 12 miles per hour going north-northeast. Friday is going to be a high of 76 and a low of 58, and it's going to be all cloudy today. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high of 74 and a low of 54. Now let's take a look at our 7-day weather forecast. Sunday is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 77 and a low of 48. Monday, sunny with a high of 75 and a low of 46. Tuesday, sunny again with a high of 76 and a low of 47. Wednesday, again sunny with a high of 80 and a low of 48. Now let's take a look at our local radar. We can see that there are some storms, some leftover storms from Hurricane Sally that came from the Gulf near Florida and all through there. So there might be some scattered showers as well, as I said before. So yeah, stay indoors. Do what you can to pass the time by to make this storm go away. But all through the west side, all of that's all in the clear. Now let's take a look at our national radar. Everything else is in the clear, like I said before, in our local radar. We are getting poveled right now, but everywhere else seems fine. That's all for weather. Now I'll send it over to Jace with your sports.
Cole Hamels had his season debut pitching for the Braves last night. Find out how he did and more after this break.
One thing to love about the Tennessee Valley is Bradley Central Show Choir, Vocal Motion. The other thing to love is the local Geico office on Lee Highway.
You could save a lot. Oh, you can save a lot. Oh, you can save a lot. But how do you know? Unless you call 894-2600.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at some MLB scores from last night. We got the Braves losing to the Orioles 5-1, but Cole Hamels had his pitching debut for the Braves, allowing 3 runs in 3 innings. The Nationals beat the Rays 4-2, the Marlins beat the Red Sox 8-4, and the Dodgers beat the Padres 7-5. Now let's take a look at some prep sports. Today we have Bradley going to Ottawa at 6 for some soccer, Cleveland at Walker Valley, and Grace Baptist going to Polk County at 7 p.m. For volleyball, Bradley goes to Walker Valley at 6:15, and Polk County goes to Brainerd at 6:30. Friday night football, Ottawa comes to Bradley Central to face the Bears. Cleveland goes to Heritage, White County will face Walker Valley, and Polk County will go to Tellico Plains. Tonight, it's the battle for Ohio as Joe Burrow and the Bengals take on Baker Mayfield and the Browns for Thursday night football. Should be a fantastic matchup as both teams are looking for their first win. That's all from sports today. We'll have more news after this break.
Denso has been around for a really, really long time, locally in our area, over 30 years, and it's a very stable company to work for.
Before I started working here, I didn't know what Denso was, but since I've been working here, knowing how much Denso sort of has its footprint all over the world, it's actually a global company that a lot of people in America haven't heard of, but it interacts with everything you do. If you drive a car, you probably have a Denso part in it.
So some of my daily tasks consist of fixing the machines, communicating with my other associates, and making sure all these production lines are working properly.
We do logistics. We repack finished good products.
My day-to-day here is basically working on the machines and producing product for Denso.
Alexa, ask Whirlpool. Hey Google, ask Whirlpool. Ask Whirlpool, ask Whirlpool.
Care can be a handful. That's why our Whirlpool Smart Range helps you care smarter with voice control.
Hey Google, ask Whirlpool to turn off the oven.
Set oven timer for 5 hours. Keep warm. Alexa, ask Whirlpool to preheat the oven to 350.
So life doesn't revolve around your range. Everyday care. Whirlpool.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. A missing wallaby was found and it is safe. The wallaby was found missing Friday. According to Matthew Cameron A., wallaby is legal to possess without any special permits, and the TWRA did not assist with the search of the animal.
Lee University rises again in the U.S. Best College rankings. This year, Lee University is ranked number 33 within the top 50 best regional universities. The ranked schools are evaluated in 15 categories related to academic greatness, such as graduation rate, peer assessment, freshman retention rate, student-faculty ratio, and acceptance rate.
A Tennessee teen raises money for food banks by making and selling his own vanilla. William has raised $9,000 and provided 27,000 meals for people in need. Buying an 8-ounce bottle of vanilla provides 42 meals for people that are hungry.
Boo at the Zoo is still in session. Knoxville Zoo it will be still hosting their event among the pandemic. Attendees will be allowed to explore the grounds while also trick-or-treating all throughout the park. It will begin at 5 p.m. and end at 8 p.m. and all will be available on these dates: October 8th through the 11th, 15th through the 18th, and 22nd through the 25th. Visit knoxvillenews.org to find out more information.
Win Smiles Dental Practice is opening its dental office for free for those in need this Friday. It's on a first-come, first-served basis, and you get to choose between a service of a free cleaning, extraction, or filling. You must be over the age of 18, and it will begin at 8 a.m. and end at 3 p.m. Quote, the mouth is the entryway into the body, so science, research, has shown for years that when your mouth is not healthy, the rest of your body is not healthy either, end quote, said Wynn. Quote, it's like heart disease. Most of the time it goes unnoticed and until it's significant and causing real issues, end quote.
Nashville will be holding their 3rd annual Honey Festival on Saturday, September 26th. Local beekeepers will be able to sell their honey and other bee products at their vendors, while also bringing awareness to pollinators and bees in the area. Classes on beekeeping will be available to those who are interested.
We are online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can check us out on Facebook and, of course, at voxnews.net.
Remind your friends and family to tune in.
You just can't get enough of Fox.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears.